Hello everyone, it's Austin and we are back with another episode of my $10 PlayStation Collection series. We've been going out to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, each and every week looking for items that we could flip, and then we used that flipped profit to purchase and collect PlayStation games and building up a huge library. To start off this episode, I just had a fun little unboxing that I wanted to do with you guys. I picked up a nice little collector item at the Midwest Gaming Classic convention, and yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. So this thing is actually a pretty big piece. It is a Spider-Man 2 collector edition. You got a steel bookcase, you got a statue, some DLC, and yeah, I actually do love the Spider-Man series, the trilogy that had released. I'm currently playing through Spider-Man 2 right now, and yeah, I'm like a quarter of the way through. I picked up this Spider-Man Collector Edition from the Game Together store booth at the Midwest Gaming Classic. That's pretty much where I get all of my collector statues and things like that. And I love picking up statues because this is just a great way for me to pick up something more special and extra from games that I really do enjoy. And here it is right here. It's a lot bigger than I expected, but you got Venom, you got Miles Morales, and Peter Parker Spider-Man, along with this steel book, which also looks really nice. Check that out. And then here's the back. Unfortunately, this did not come with a game disc though. It's got, of course, just a code in the box, but that's okay. I actually do have the physical copy of the game on the PS5, so I can just throw it up in here. Just took out the statue, and here it is. I was actually planning on putting this up on the shelf up here, but seeing how giant this statue is, it's like 1 to 2 feet tall. I don't think it would be a good spot to put up there. But wow, just the insane amount of details for this. You got Venom, you got Miles Morales, and Peter Parker Spider-Man. You do get to play as both of the Spider-Mans in the game, which is really nice. I haven't gotten far enough to where I had to verse Venom yet, but wow. I know a lot of people have gotten tired of the Spider-Man game series, but you know, I really enjoy it. Like, I do enjoy the story, the animations, being able to traverse through New York City in such a smooth fashion. I like how fast the game runs and loads, being able to jump from different areas. And I'm excited to see what Insomniac does after these Spider-Man games. I know there's like a Wolverine game releasing soon too, but Spider-Man is easily one of my favorite superheroes. And yeah, can't wait to complete this game. Back to this game collecting series though, we got a huge list on this whiteboard of game series and full complete mainline games that we need to look for and collect for. So we'll be heading back out to the thrift stores, the pawn shops, the game stores, and seeing what we can find. Here we are at our game showcase, and we got some updates for you guys. Sold a good amount of items. The first thing we sold is going to be this PlayStation 5 controller. Tested this out and it does work, so we ended up selling this one for $36. Picked it up for around 15 bucks, but it was a pretty quick flip. And then we got 3 sales, all from the same person. Shout out to Colin for yeah, being a viewer and picking up some stuff. The first thing they picked up was this Mario Pinball Land. I did actually have a chance to test this out, and it seems to be working just fine. Just needed the pins to be cleaned a little bit. And we sold this one for $18.50. We got it pretty much for free at a pawn shop. We also sold this Cruisin' USA on the N64, and this one sold for around $19.50. And then last but not least, we sold this Back to the Future, huge one, on the 360, and this one sold for $38.50. Let's go ahead and get all of these items packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. Currently made our way to a Sabres store, and in my favorite section, the game area. And we got a couple of games over here, some 360 games. World Tour for $9. Still all pretty priced pretty high. Cabela's Safari. And then you got this Angry Birds game as well. That seems to be in there, Star Wars. I did find this Just Sing game. Also $9 though, very high.
probably gonna pass on a lot of that. But up here we got some CD games, and we got PS1 games. You don't see this every day at a thrift store. This Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home, and actually in really nice condition. They've got these priced at $3, and it is 25% off Thursday. So we'll be getting these for even cheaper. Also $3 and complete. Of course, the front's gonna break off. But yeah, some great titles just to add to our PlayStation collection. Gonna have to pick up more PS1 games whenever we can find them for cheap. Also found some loose games right here. You got this SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 for PS3, and this one's $3 as well. Might as well grab it. I'm not sure if it is worth anything, but yeah. And then just a poker game. Oh, we also got a copy of Black Ops on the PS3. Probably gonna pass on this though, but it looks like there's a second game in here too. Oh, actually, well, just the first Skate game, and it's in really clean condition too. Wow, I think for $3, both of these, I wouldn't mind picking up either. Okay, we got some thinking to do. Again, 25% off all of this stuff. Not really seeing too much else at this stop, but got some sealed board games. This Giant Planet board game or something. Is it even a board game? Yeah, it is. Originally, what, $35, but they've got it marked for like $6 here. And I think this thing does hold a little bit of value, around like 20 to 25, but shipping would just be insane for this. But looks pretty cool. I haven't seen this one before. And then this right here, Murder Mystery Party. It looks really old too. 2002. Looks like we'll just be grabbing these 4 items. And we're looking at $9.76. Alright, we're checking out this pawn shop next. I think it's called like Excel or something like that. But they got a rack of lower end games over here, and just got here and scanning through. Some of the stuff is still a little higher priced, $12 for this. I did spot this 2K14, and seems to be in there. I don't see a price tag on it, so I'm hoping it'll be on the lower end. We also do have a copy of FIFA 14. What else do we got? Some sports titles. Oh, Resident Evil Biohazard. $10 on that. I have not seen this game before. Stick It to the Man for $19. They also have a good amount of Nintendo Wii U games. Are these Just Dance games worth anything? I see these Skylander games are pretty cheap. They're like $2 a piece. We'll have to debate on grabbing these, actually, and maybe bundling some of these up. Yeah, they even have Imaginators. Fantasy Aquarium World. There's like so many aquarium and SeaWorld games. And then in the 360 section, is this... Wow, they have a copy of Bloodborne here for $4. I feel like that's a really good price. Okay, let's hang on to that as well then. I also got this case over here with some of the higher end games. Again, prices aren't too bad from what I'm seeing. There's this Modern Warfare 2 Steelbook for $10. I'll have to check, see how much that thing values for. And then some Switch 2 games for some decent prices again. $29 on Hogwarts. They even got Mario Kart World for $50, and these are still sealed.
Okay, so we're at $36.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that works.
Did I do that right? Yeah, 36.
Yeah. Made our way back to the car and just gonna quickly show you guys what I grabbed. Again, these Skylanders, we got them for like $2 a piece, and I'm just gonna bundle them up. Maybe we can find a fourth one to add to this bundle too. I did also ask for a deal, so I had no idea what the total was gonna be, but it ended up being around $36 for it all, which is pretty good, I'd say. 2K14, this one values for around 20 to 25. Picked up this copy of Bloodborne as well, and then these two, not too bad. This Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. This one still values for like $40ish. So a huge win with this, and then this Steelbook of Modern Warfare 2. But overall, not a bad visit. We picked up all of this for $36 again. Back at the game showcase, and we just got another quick sale. The item that we sold is going to be this Guitar Hero Legends of Rock, and this one sold for $16.50. Not too bad. We picked it up for like $5 at a pawn shop. We sold one game, and it's going to be right here. This Guitar Hero Live on PS4 sold for like $15.50. So pretty happy with that. We just made two more sales. The first one's going to be this Skylander, Spyro's Adventure, and this one sold for $15. Really surprised to see how well these are doing. The next item we sold is going to be this Blu-ray, this Shallow Hell, finally sold, and this one sold for $38. Really happy with this pickup. Let's get these items all packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. We managed to make a visit to a PayMore store this week, and this is one of my favorite chains of stores to find some amazing deals because they always have their 6 games for $20 sale. All these games in this case were part of that. Had some great Xbox games right here, along with this Jack X. Unfortunately, a lot of these were missing manuals, so I had to pass up on these. A couple of PlayStation 2 games right here. They did also have a bunch of games in the smaller cabinets underneath it. So I just spent some time digging through all of this and just finding some games to grab. They had a couple PlayStation 2 games over here, which I really wasn't too interested in. A Namco Museum, which is a very common one. And then some racing games. I also did take a look at some of these cartridge games, a couple Sonic games on the Genesis, and a couple of NES games. Again, these are like $3 to $4 a piece. But over here, I did spot some great ones. You had some Lego Star Wars games, and then this Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on the PS4 Steelbook. This was an easy grab for me. We got Street Fighter. And then we also found this Rise of the Nightmares game, which always looks super creepy. Lastly, we're checking out this Maxit pawn shop, and I was not ready for what was to come. I did visit this shop before, and I saw that all the games did have prices on it, but after speaking with the employees, they simply just said everything was $2. So I'm guessing a lot of this stuff had been sitting here for a long time, and they're just trying to push inventory out. You already saw some nice PS4 games I picked out, and then we got Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox One. Surprisingly, this one still holds a good amount of value, around $30ish. So taking a look at the disc, and yeah, it seemed to be perfectly fine. Then down here we got The Walking Dead Final Season. I wasn't sure if these held a lot of value, but after digging through, I did find a couple of these and did have an idea on what I could do with these. But I did play these games a ton back on the 360. And then we got a steel book of Cyberpunk, which is crazy that it's on this rack. Comes with both discs, so an easy pickup as well. Moving on to the side of the racks, and we got another Walking Dead game. And then we also got this Mad Max on the PS4. This is one that I absolutely loved playing and would love to have a copy on the PS4, so may pick it up for the collection. And then moving on to this side of the rack, we had a ton more PlayStation games. I saw this Legend of the Dragon game, which I had never seen before, so may end up grabbing this one. Really clean with the manual as well. Most of these PS4 games were just shovelware titles and really not worth grabbing. Down here I did find a Gun Core game, which you don't see every day. And then a couple of Xbox and Wii games scattered down here. I did find this Witcher Complete Edition, which actually still holds some value because it does come with all the DLC. And then we got another Walking Dead Telltale game. This is the first season, so decided to grab these. And then over here in this bin, we had a bunch of controllers, all marked at $1 a piece. And the reason for that is because they are either untested, have stick drift, or just simply not working. Still for $1 though, I think that's a great price to at least pick these up and put them up on eBay for parts. So I just dug through and looked for some of the first party controllers and the ones that were in decent condition. I could possibly test some of these out as well. Ended up grabbing an Xbox 360 controller and 3 Xbox One controllers. They did have a bunch of games in the cases as well, and I think these were some of the higher end ones. These for some reason were also $2 a piece. So decided to take a look at this NBA Street. One to always pick up, holds a little bit of value, and would be great just for the collection. And then over here we got Bully. If this was complete, that would have been insane, but was missing the manual. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. And this one had a little more than just the game. It also had Mortal Kombat Deception in there, along with these WWE trading cards. Not sure if that was meant to be along with the game. Then we got this Rocky game, also complete. I never find this game complete, so decided to grab that. And then we got a Spyro game on the PlayStation 1. Pretty clean condition. I know like the Switch controllers, they do get like drift pretty easily. Yeah, because I bought like so many of like.
I got this for my daughter. I gotta make sure I get it.
You guys get a lot of people buying games, or which is really cool.
The close one in Milwaukee would be what, Madison?
Like while they were checking me out, I decided to go and grab another stack of games since everything was so cheap, and they couldn't do it all on one transaction though, so they actually had to split up the transactions into two. But here is everything I grabbed as well. And then just a short glimpse of my second stack of games that I went with. We made our way back in the car, and holy cow, guys, this is easily the greatest pawn stop that I've ever been for this series so far, maybe even for a while. As you guys saw, I picked out a good handful of games at first, along with a bunch of controllers, some loose games, and that all ended up costing me around $25-ish, not even. And so they said $2 a game, so I went to go grab another stack of games, and ended up paying like $6 or $7 for that stack. They gave me this plastic bag. It's already breaking apart, but yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna show you guys at the end of this video. I don't really have too much space right here to show it all. But we picked up a ton of stuff to add to our collection, and a lot of the games, they were in the greatest condition either, so we'll definitely be testing stuff out. These controllers, they don't look too bad. I mean, look, even the sticks still seem to be in decent condition. So we'll test all of this out and see how it goes. But wow, guys, what an insane haul of video games.
We are now back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. I feel like we got a ton of stuff to go over, so I'll try to get through it as quick as I can. We picked up a copy of SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, a loose copy. We actually still have 2008 in my collection still, so maybe I'll just pair these up and throw them up on eBay together. And then we got the first skate game on the PS3. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with this. It was just bundled together, these two loose discs, and we got it for around $2 or $3. Could possibly go into a trade-in pile. And then we got two PlayStation 1 games randomly at a thrift store. We got the Dukes of Hazzard, Racing for Home. I don't know much about the Dukes of Hazzard series or TV show. This just looks to be some kind of racing game and probably has some kind of storyline along with it. And then we also picked up a test drive game, Off-Road. I don't know much about the test drive games as well. I haven't played any of them, but I think they are exclusive to PlayStation. This looks like more of an off-road Hummer, Chevrolet, Jeep Wrangler, Land Rover type of game. Next, we went to a pawn shop called Excel, I believe, and we picked up a good handful of games. Looks like 6 games. The first one is a PlayStation 4 game called Bloodborne, and I actually have not played this. I know this is a very popular one on the PS4. You guys let me know if I should jump into this one eventually. Next, we got this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox One, and it's a steel book, which is really good. We got these for pretty cheap, around $10. Then we got NBA 2K14 for really cheap. This one still values for around $20-ish. We got a copy of Fallout New Vegas, and this one was around the $10 mark as well. This is the Ultimate Edition, and prices kind of spiked after the show, but it's been a couple months now, so kind of went down again. Then we picked up 3 Skylander games. We got Imaginators, Giants, and Swap Force. And I decided to grab these because you can bundle them up on eBay and they do value for a good amount. So we'll see how well we do with these. Got them for around like $2 a piece. While I was in the Milwaukee area, I was able to stop at a PayMore store, one of my favorite chains of pawns or thrift stores that you can find. The first game we got is Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 4, one that we've been looking for. We're trying to collect all the games in this series, and I believe this is one of the big launch titles with the PlayStation 4. It released alongside a movie. This apparently is a really good one. Great visuals. It's your third-person platformer and shooter style game, known for its great and funny dialogue. Can't wait to check this one out. We got a copy of WWE 2K20. I always try to pick these up whenever I can get them for a good price. These WWE games are pretty desirable and sought after. I also got a copy of Lego Marvel Collection. And this is so nice having 3 games on this disc. I'm a big Marvel fan as well, but I think these games are definitely geared more towards kids. I remember playing some of the Lego Avengers one back when it released. Decided to grab this random PlayStation 3 game called Generator Rex, Agent of Providence. I believe this released on other platforms as well. We've managed to find another steel book, this Infinite Warfare, I believe on the PlayStation 4. Every time I could find steel books like this, I always try to pick them up for a cheap price. And then lastly, we just got a copy of Black Ops 2. This one still holds a little bit of value, around 15 to 20 bucks. And then last but not least, we got a huge haul at a Maxit pawn shop. This is probably the greatest and biggest haul at a pawn shop I've probably gotten. Each of these were $1 to $2 a piece. First game, we got Spyro the Dragon. I believe this is the first one that ever released on the PlayStation 1. We are looking for Spyro games. I'm not going for the whole series because a lot of it released on GameCube and Xboxes as well. We got a couple loose games. Mortal Kombat Deception. This came along with the Bully game as well. And then a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game. We got Call of Duty Cold War. And then Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5, which is insane. They had this loose and for $1. For some of these loose games, I wouldn't mind trading into GameStop too if they do pay a good amount for them. Then we got some PlayStation 4 games to add to the collection. We got Mad Max. And this is actually one of my favorites. I remember when I was watching all the movies that had released and then I played this game, and yeah, real good open world, combat, base taking over. Got a copy of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Already played and completed this one, so probably won't be keeping it. Then we got some Xbox One games. We picked up all of these Telltale Walking Dead games. I remember when these first released. They were so big, especially Season 1. These had released during a time when the show was very popular as well, and so I think I am missing one of the seasons, but I played through seasons 1 and 2 only. Maybe I do check out the remaining ones. A couple more Xbox One games to flip. We got The Witcher Complete Edition. I think this one just comes with a couple of DLC, or maybe all of the DLC. Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox One apparently holds a decent amount of value. Still values for like 25 to 30. Then we got a steelbook version of Cyberpunk 2077. I remember playing this on the PC when it first released and it did not run well at all. I got about halfway through and then just decided to stop. Years had passed by and they released so many updates and patches, but I do not remember what happened in the story or how far I got. That's one of the difficult parts about me trying to finish and play through this game, but yeah, maybe one day we'll check it out again. Then we just got some PlayStation 2 games. We got Legend of the Dragon. This one just looked really cool, so I picked it up. Doesn't really hold much value, but apparently it's like a fighting game. I thought it was based off of a TV show or something, but nah. We grabbed a copy of Bully on the PlayStation 2, and this one still holds a good amount of value. Absolutely loved playing Bully back on the 360. I wish they would remake this game or make a part 2 or something in that school setting. We got NBA Street, just a classic on the PlayStation 2 and for a good price. Next is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I didn't play this one a lot. I played 2008, 2009, 2010, but yeah, I think 2006 and 7. I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I couldn't play these. This one, for some reason, did include like these cards, and I'm not sure if this actually belongs with the game when it released. And then for the last game, we got Rocky on the PlayStation 2. Pretty much based on the movie. It is a boxing game and has a lot of characters and random fighters from the movies, I would assume. I didn't really watch a lot of Rocky growing up, but yeah, that's awesome to have in the collection. While we were at the pawn shop, we found a basket or a bin full of controllers, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, all marked at $1 a piece. They were untested and they mentioned that some of them have stick drift. I did manage to test all the Xbox One controllers and yeah, they're in pretty rough shape. Some of the battery compartments are super corroded. Couldn't get them to clean or power on. But I did get one of them to power on, I believe this one. I think I might just end up bundling all of these together and just selling them for parts. Again, we got them for $1, so if we can get like 10 to 20 bucks back, I'd be super happy with this purchase. And that right there is all the games that we had picked up. Let's head to our whiteboard and actually put some tally marks next to some games that we got. I think it was only 2 games that we're able to add a tally for, and that's the Ratchet & Clank for the PlayStation 4, and then just the Spyro the Dragon game on the PS1. But yeah, that right there wraps up a huge week of pickups. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Hope you guys are still enjoying my game hunting and just going out, doing some recording. Appreciate all you guys tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one.